So over the last maybe 10 days to 2 weeks, I've been watching Mr. Mercedes. That's essentially why I've been missing from my channel for a while. I knocked out season 2 and 3. I had already seen season 1, and I had read the Bill Hodges trilogy by Stephen King. So I was pretty familiar with the source material, and the first season really did a damn good job of adapting. Yes, they changed things, that's to be expected, but for the most part, they stuck to the source material pretty damn well. Now, I'm not somebody who is an absolute die-hard, cannot change a fucking thing purist by any means. But of course, I want them to stick to the heart of what the story was originally intended to be, you know? That's all I ask for. So you can change some things up. But at the end of the day, if you make a great film or if you make a great story that, I don't know, because I always go back to Jurassic Park. And I read the book and I watched the movie, and the book and the movie are very, very different. But I feel like the core is still there. I feel like what the message was still there. I feel like all the characters were still represented the way that they were. You know? So for some reason, like, that one gets to change so drastically and gets away with it because it's such a great movie, as to where other movies stick pretty close to the book and they're not well received or good at all for me. But this one, on the other hand, the first season, very close. Season 2, which is actually based on book 3, and season 3, which is based on book 2, because Stephen King is all over the damn place. Now, if you don't know what Mr. Mercedes is about, it is about a detective named Bill Hodges, and he is pulled out of retirement by a killer known as the Mercedes Killer. And this is a guy who takes a Mercedes-Benz and he drives it into a crowd of people at a jobs fair and just massacres all of them. Big mass murder. And so then he lures Bill Hodges out of retirement because he wants him to stalk him, come after him, find him. So Bill is this older Irishman, and he ends up hooking up with a woman who's considerably younger than him, and then he also gets a couple other people to come in to his business. He becomes a private investigator, and we got some really cool characters here like Holly Gibney and Jerome, and even Lou Linklater. These are all really, really solid characters. Now, season 1 is excellent. I actually really enjoyed all 3 seasons, no doubt about it. But my God, did they change season 2 and 3 from book 2 and 3. Holy shit, man. They're wildly different. Wildly different. Like, there's some elements that are pretty similar, but man, oh man, did they change things up. Now, I kind of get why they changed things up for season 2, which is book 3, because the first book plays out very straight. It's like a detective thriller throughout, period. Nothing supernatural, nothing fantasy, nothing at all. Book 2, same thing. Very straightforward, very set in reality. Nothing supernatural, nothing mystical, nothing like that at all. Then book 3, like all of a sudden, we're dealing with complete supernatural fantasy type stuff. And it goes back to the Mercedes Killer again. I don't want to give any spoilers, but regardless, it just completely takes a right turn out of nowhere. And you're like, when you're reading book 3, you're like, wait, what? This completely breaks the laws of the rules set up before this. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, that's Stephen King for you, though. I guess he just says, fuck it. I feel like writing it supernatural now. So deal with it. You know, that's like actually kind of reminds me of what the 7 sequel was supposed to be. It was supposed to be called 8, and it was going to star Morgan Freeman, and he was going to now have like psychic abilities. What? Thank God that movie didn't get made. What? Why? Why would we do that? So it is a tough pill to swallow. I'm not going to lie. the third book in the second season, although in the second season, the reason I was saying that I kind of understand why they changed things up, they do stick to the supernatural element to an extent, but they downplay it enormously from what's in the book. The book makes it a much bigger element overall. And then season 3, which is book 2, that one they changed drastically as well to include this court case. And this spans a good majority of the season. And it's like, okay, I guess we're doing this. So that's interesting. But it does, the rest of the season, though, does stick to a lot of what happened in the third book. But the casting throughout is really, really solid. I was really impressed with a lot of the casting. I think Brendan Gleeson, of course, as Bill Hodges is the best of the best when it comes to the casting in here. I think that without him, this show doesn't work. Now, this show is an audience network original, so it's only on DirecTV. That's why most people haven't seen it, but it's a damn great show. It's a Stephen King adaptation, as I had said. And Harry Treadaway, I think is how you say his last name, from freaking what the fuck is that show called? Penny Dreadful, and I think that's him, right? That's because he has an identical twin brother, and I always get them mixed up. No, this isn't him. That's his brother that's in those. He is in like Honeymoon and whatnot. It's so weird. I always get the guys mixed up, so I can never remember. Harry, and then his brother is like what's his fucking brother's name? I can't remember, but regardless, really great casting on Brady Hartsfield here. Holly Gibney is perfectly casted, and I feel like everyone's really perfectly casted. Now they give Bill a neighbor named Ida Fisher in this. I don't remember her in the book. She's definitely not as big of a character, anywhere near as much of a character as she is in the book, because I don't even remember her, and she's like a main character in this show. So they added some characters in here. So as I said, I'm able to disconnect, and as long as the heart has been maintained, then I'm fine. And I think they did. I think they did a pretty damn good job. Now, will this get a season 4 because this series ends much different than the book series ends? So will we get a 4th season? The Audience Network has been shut down, so I think that means that this show is up on the market. So if someone wants to pick it up, I would love to see a 4th season. I would love to see it because it would be a brand new story to me. I wouldn't have to deal with any preconceived notions or prior knowledge or any kind of comparisons, any of that stuff. Like, I would love to just throw that shit away. So let's hope for a 4th season so we can see the further adventures of Bill Hodges and Holly Gibney and everybody else. So I really, really, really hope that someone picks it up. Bring maybe an Amazon Prime or a Hulu or a Netflix, or somebody will pick it up. Somebody should get on that. I'm trying to think. HBO could even pick it up, but I don't think they pick up a 4. No, they don't revive shows, do they? I can't think of. If they have, I don't remember them doing it. But Netflix is good at reviving shows. So is Prime. Prime did that with The Expanse, right? So yeah, I really hope someone picks it up. And if you haven't seen Mr. Mercedes, I'll be curious on what people think of this show who haven't read the book. But you can't help but love Brendan Gleeson as Bill Hodges. Man, he just makes the show. He's phenomenal in this. And it's very R-rated, which is great. You know, lots of cussing, some pretty good gore, especially in the 3rd season. When they bring in the chick from Orange is the New Black, who was in Star Trek. What's her fucking name? She comes in, and she is pretty ruthless throughout. And I was really impressed with how damn brutal it is at times. Like some decent gore with her, and she is a vicious ass character. The actress's name is Kate Mulgrew, and she played Captain Janaway on Voyager. That's right. I never did watch Voyager. I've watched a lot of Star Trek, but I never watched Voyager. But I just knew that she was the captain in that, and then of course she plays Red in Orange is the New Black. I know that, but yeah, I thought she was pretty cool. And then the guy, I'm not going to get too much more into it, but absolutely recommend the hell out of this season, this show, all 3 seasons, and let's keep our fingers crossed for a 4th season. Let me know if you guys have watched this show. I don't know if you can buy it, but I don't think you can, and you can rent every episode on like Amazon, but it's not streaming everywhere, which is a total shame. But let me know if you guys watch it. All right, adios.